Welcome to my class, grade 8 students, school year 2020-2021. I am Mr. RJ San Juan, your MAPE 8 teacher. You can call me Sir San Juan. Your MAPE 8 will focuses on music, arts, physical education, and health of countries in Asia. We are going to start our first quarter with music, particularly music of Southeast Asia. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to familiarize themselves with the different Southeast Asian music, compare Southeast Asian music in terms of melody, rhythm, and tempo, and appreciate the different songs from Southeast Asia. From religious texts such as Ramayana, the Mahabharata or the Quran, or the Bible often become songs that were sung in either the local or imported language. These songs in turn popularized the new beliefs. Some songs that blended the old and the new had particular powers. In Java, for example, certain songs could be sung to stop heavy rains, tame crocodiles, or to exorcise malevolent spirits. In Sumatra, a shaman trained in a black and white magic could use 11 different grades of songs to entice and capture renegade tigers that had their pass into human lands. Burung Kakatuwa. Burung Kakatuwa is a traditional Indonesian folk song. It comes from the Ambon in the Moluccas, but has spread found in other parts of the Indonesian archipelago and beyond. Burung Kakatuwa is about a kakatu, or kakatuwa, and the village grandmother who listened to a kakatu singing. Rasa Sayang. Rasa Sayang, literally loving feeling, is a folk song in Malay language. It is from Maluku, Indonesia, and popular in Malaysia, Singapore, and Philippines. The basis of Rasa Sayang is similar to Dondang Sayang and other Malay folk songs, which take their form from the pantun, a traditional ethnic Malay poetic form. Some people in Indonesia have claimed that the song originated in the Maluku Islands, but such claims are disputed. As the standard Malay language itself in the tradition of pantun exchange are unknown to the Maluku Islands, some of the Indonesian and Malaysians have once fought because of this. However, in the end, the Malaysian minister recognized the Rasa Sayang as an Indonesian folk song. During that time, there were two Indonesian folk songs, the Burung Kakatuwa of Bahasa Indonesia and the Rasa Sayang. This time, this time, follow the instruction of your Math 8 teacher for you to comply the quiz for this lesson. For our next lesson, we're going to discover the musical elements of Southeast Asia. Music is an art form and a cultural activity whose medium is sound. Music includes common elements such as the following. The first element is rhythm. Description: the element of time in music. Basic related term: beat, meter, tempo, syncopation. The second element, dynamics. Description: all musical aspect relating to the relative loudness or quietness of music. Basic related term: forte, piano, crescendo, decrescendo. The third element is melody. Description: the linear or horizontal presentation of pitch. It is used to describe the highness or lowness of a musical sound. Basic related term: pitch, theme, conjunct, disjunct. The fourth element, harmony. Description: the verticalization of pitch. Often harmony is thought of the art of combining pitches into chord. Basic related term: chord, progression, consonance, dissonance, key, tonality, atonality. The fifth element, tone color. Tone color or timbre. Basic related term: register, range, instrumentation. The sixth element, texture. Description: the number of individual musical lines or melodies and the relationship these lines have to one another. Basic related term: monophonic, homophonic, polyphonic, imitation, counterpoint. The last element, form. Description: combination of the musical elements. Basic related term: binary, ternary, strophic, true, compose. Music of Southeast Asia. Cambodia, also known as Kampuchea for its old name. It was the center of the Khmer, the Cambodian Kingdom of Angkor, a great empire that dominated Southeast Asia for 600 years. Vocal music of Cambodia. When we say vocal music, it is the music came from our voice. Cambodian core music features choruses with large orchestras, vinod strakis, and gongs. Instrumental music of Cambodia. When we say instrumental music, it is the music or sounds came from playing instruments. Pinpit, musical ensemble that usually accompanies ceremonial music of the royal courts and temples. Instruments include in ensemble or pimpit in Cambodia. Number 1. Onit or the xylophones. 2. Samphor, a double-headed drum played with hands. 3. Kongvong, gong circles. Skortom, two big drums similar to Javanese membranophone. Number 5. The ching or the finger cymbals. Music of Indonesia. Indonesia is an archipelago comprising approximately 17,500 islands. It is the world's fourth most populous country with over 238 million people and also fourth biggest nation of the world. There are two basic kinds of Indonesian music scale used in their vocal instrumental music. The slendro or the five equidistant tones in octave, and the Philog, heptatonic or seven-tone scale with semitone. In Indonesian term for tempo is irama. Vocal music of Indonesia. Presindan, a female soloist singer who sings with a gamelan. Gerong, the unison male chorus that sings with the gamelan. Instrumental music of Indonesia. The gamelan, musical ensemble that contains instruments such as metallophones, xylophones, kendang, and gongs, bamboo flutes, baut, and flute strings. Instruments include in gamelan ensembles. Number 1, the bonang or the brass gongs. Number 2, gender, the metallic xylophone. Number 3, saron, the xylophone. Number 4, gongs, the suspended gongs. Number 5, kendang or the drum. Number 6, the kenong or ketok, embossed gongs. As you can read, most of gamelan ensembles are kind of idiophone and membranophone. Music of Thailand. Thailand, formerly known as Siam. Thailand is known for being the sole nation in Southeast Asia that has never been ruled by a Western power. Also known as Muang Thai, which means land of the free. Music is characterized based on the 5-tone or 7-tone scale system. It is non-confined to the royal court but also used extensively in dance, theater, and ceremonies. Vocal music of Thailand. Songs of Thailand have inherently poetic lyrics which allow a singer or a performer easily to define the melodic lines. Instrumental music of Thailand. The pipat, a mid-sized orchestra that is performed in either outdoor with hard mallets or indoor style with padded mallets. The Kruwangsai, an orchestra that combines some of the percussion and wind instrument of the pipa with an expanded string section. This group is primarily used for indoor performances and for the accompaniment of stick puppet theater. The Mahori, traditionally played by women in the courts of central Thailand and Cambodia. This ensemble are heuristically smaller. Music of Malaysia. Malaysia, a constitutional monarchy in Southeast Asia which is divided into two regions. The West Malaysia, or also known as the Peninsular Malaysia, and the East Malaysia, consists of 13 states and 3 federal territories. Chinese and Indonesian cultural influences made their mark when trade began in the country. Trading also increased when immigrants flocked into the Malaysia. Multiracial groups that influence Malaysia's genre include Malay, Chinese, Indian, Iban, Dayak, Kadazan Duzun, Eurasians. The music of Malaysia may be categorized into two types. First, classical and folk music emerges during the pre-colonial period and still exists in the form of vocal, dance, theatrical music. And the second one, syncretic or acculturated music developed during the post-Portuguese periods during 16th century. It contains elements from both local music and foreign elements of Arabian, Persian, Indian, Chinese, and the Western musical and theatrical sources. Instrumental music of Malaysia. Musical instruments of Malaysia are greatly associated with their culture and roots. Due to colonization, the stages of development of Malaysian instruments are great. They share some common features with Indian musical instruments, and after colonization of the Malaysia by the British, the musical development was influenced by Western music. Musical ensembles and type of performances in Malaysia. Number 1. Agong and Kulintang. Gong-based musical ensemble commonly used in funerals and weddings in East Malaysia. This type of ensembles is similar to the Kulintang of the Philippines, Brunei, and Indonesia. Number 2. The Kartak, a musical ensemble from the Malaysia Peninsula that consists of xylophones, played swiftly and rhythmically in traditional Malaysian function. Dikir Barat, a musical form that is important to Malaysia's national culture. It is performed by singing in groups and often in competitive manner, usually with percussion, instrumental accompaniment, or sometimes without instrument at all. Number 4. Selat Melayu, a form of martial arts that is similar to Tai Chi. It is originated in the Malay Peninsula since the Christian era and is a mixture of martial arts, dance, and musical, usually accompanied by gongs, drums, and Indian oboes. Quiz time! This time, follow the instruction of your Math 8 teacher for you to comply the quiz for this lesson. We're done! Any suggestion, recommendation, and clarification, you may direct it to your MAPE 8 teacher at their possible schedules. Thank you and God bless. See you for the next video for our next lesson.